So what was the topic?
So we wanted to talk about a bunch of topics today. Depending on the length of the video, we can shorten it or length or make it separate videos, whatever.
Yeah.
So one of the things that is near and dear to my heart is a lot of smart people throughout my life get stuck in rat races. They just compete for something that is not that sounds a lot of, let's say, that's not really meaningful at the end of the day, but at that moment that's the hottest thing, or that's the
Seems
coolest
so
thing.
cool.
They
Yeah.
are That's the thing that they have to dedicate their entire life to, and many people are stuck in that rat race. That's something I've seen a lot coming from India, because because there's a lot of students, right?
And what do you mean by rat race? Is it like through work or in
Everything,
school?
education, school, work, fucking life,
And
being too competitive and then being too narrow minded, just thinking that's the end of the world. And it also comes from the culturally, from the society itself, starting with school, right? I'll say. So
mm,
in India it's like, let's say, like, mm, as a child your only purpose of existence is to study and
yeah.
get marks, nothing else matters.
Yeah, you told me about it.
So
How you.
that makes the young children who are really good in studying, or they don't even give a fuck about studying. They just think this is the only thing that they have to do. I have seen so many people so very very smart than me, dude. Like,
Mm,
in a class I will probably be like 40 students. I will be like the 20th student. Like inclusion. So it's like there is at least 20 people before me. All these people are stuck with like just getting marks, like just like getting into a good job, and then that's all. Like there is no taking risk. Ability to take risk is zero.
mm,
Nothing to try outside of the herd. You don't even think outside.
yeah.
Nobody takes any risk. That means the creative things will never be executed. Creativity dies. Basically, you are basically a machine that just studies, vomits this thing out, gets the highest mark that you can ever get, go to tuitions, extra classes, special classes, and then go to a job that you really wanted to go, and that's all, nothing else.
Mm.
Like, I think there's more to life, other than just studying,
And getting good marks.
or working for a company alone, right? Like, for
Yeah, there
this is
should
the
be something beyond, like when
yeah.
you graduate. I think, a lot of, especially in high school, it's very difficult to think beyond that point to some degree because you just want to get a good job and then what, I guess.
And the system is also broken because it's all built in such a way that you are like, if you are getting more mark, you are rewarded. Otherwise, you are nobody respects you, right?
Mm.
Family doesn't respect you. Friends don't talk to you.
Yeah, they're
Maybe, I
like,
don't know.
what are you doing
Yeah.
with your life in a way? But that's everywhere, though. I think if you don't focus on
Mm-hmm.
school or the normal stuff to focus on,
Yeah.
you get that question a lot.
Unless, like, that's why. And also sports dies. The only thing, I was so good in sports, I couldn't play more because I was told, like, studying is the only priority, and then you need to get more marks, otherwise you're not getting into medical school or good engineering schools. Your life will be over. And then when you get to that good engineering college or good medical college, they'll be like, okay, get to finish it. That's all we care. Once you finish it, get a good job. Okay, work in this greatest hospital, or work in this greatest engineering software firm or something. That's all we care about. And then they let you loose. Basically that time you are lost. Your entire life you did whatever you were told to do. You
Mm.
could have took a risk of starting your own business, or just trying to do what you like. Maybe you like some, let's say, language learning or a musical instrument or something. Maybe
Mm.
you would have got so good in that you would have gone into some creative fields and become really good at it,
Yeah,
or
much
sports or
better.
anything, but any of those things. But a majority of the people think education is the only way out, and fucking exploit it as much as you can, get more marks. It's
Mm.
not, education is not a problem. The system that we have put education is a problem, which is driven by marks, which is a broken system.
Yeah.
Why will, like, if a person gets 100 out of 100 in a subject, doesn't mean they are the most smartest. A person who got 20 out of 100 doesn't mean he's the dumbest. The person might not be challenged or interested by the subject itself. It could
Yeah.
be multiple of reasons. Nobody's dumb. They both have the same brain capacity. Somebody doesn't like the subject could easily result to a bad grade, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
And people who are getting hundreds, are they all passionate about it? Let's say
Most of the time, no.
a first rank holder, right? I genuinely think this, right? There are 6 subjects, okay? Math, physics, biology, chemistry, all those standard subjects, okay? The first rank holder is whom? A person who got almost all the subjects above 95, right? So, is he passionate about all of them? Let's say I'm interested only in chemistry, okay? You are interested only in biology, okay?
Yeah.
So you get 100, maybe the others will get 70. Maybe you could be the greatest Nobel Prize winning biochemist or biologist or whatever it could be. But the person who got good marks just got good marks. Maybe they're good in studying and giving exams, I guess. That's what they are passionate about, right? How can somebody be passionate about every subject as much as
Yeah, that's true. You can't. I mean, maybe, but highly unlikely.
Yeah. How do you like math and biology at the same time? You could like, of course, you could like, but I don't know, man. I don't know how to put it in words.
I think a good thing we can look up right now. I didn't consider that. Like, look at who is innovating in these fields. Who's innovating in physics, biology, chemistry. It's never really the top achievers. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It's the people that are most passionate about it.
You can say they peaked early or something, and then they get their dream job, dream school, dream whatever that filler can be, and then their goals stop there. But people like me, fucking distracted, lost a lot, did a lot of mistakes, still trying to find that peak, right? Basically, people who like bloom late, basically, kind of are more successful.
Hopefully bloom late.
Yeah, in a very weird way though. In a very weird thing, right? That is so counterintuitive, right? Like, if you become a first rank holder from your childhood till the end of your high school and then your college, university, everything, like, you won't be that successful, is it? Like,
yeah, it's a common thing. Just look at.
It's very weird, right?
Yeah. What's a good example? Like Britain's Got Talent and stuff like that.
Okay.
They have a specific one for children. At least in Norway they do. And everyone that's in there, once they're done there, I mean they're gone. They go through that show, maybe do a couple of contracts, and then they dip. They don't do anything with music after that. It's like a singing show, The Voice or something.
Ah, okay.
And then you got the top guy, and the person that wins gets contracts, and the person that wins that just does the contracts, and then they fuck off. And then
but that's interesting that you brought like one of the art, right? Like, I still find that's better because they competed in something, you know.
And also,
what sucks in India is everybody, you like sports, music, nobody gives a fuck. We all have to study. That's all.
Yeah, and
that's where it fucking kills everything. There's no interest or hobby or anything.
Yeah, it kills off everything else. I stopped drawing completely in high school. I drew a lot before that.
Yeah, me too. Right.
Yeah, and then I stopped completely because of high school. I just didn't have the time, actually.
I stopped like solid 16 years back.
And then I didn't pick it up until now recently. Because of the studying thing, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Because of the I Can Study course.
I mean, we are the victims of it, right?
Yeah. Which is weird. But, and also, like early peakers in a way, there's multiple people that come to mind, like classmates. Some of them just go into regular jobs afterwards, like they do really well in contests. They like get gold medals in the country competitions, stuff like that, national stuff. And then like in biology, chemistry, and mathematics, they beat all the contests, all the contestants. And then they just go into a regular job after that. They just go into medicine or some sort of research field, and then they just don't care after that because they don't know what the hell to do because their focus was the competition, right?
But in this case, what you're saying is, like, I would say a person was trying to pursue their passion, let's say music, and then they realize that is not their true passion and they moved on. That's what I see.
What I mean by that, okay, here's the direct example. Somebody goes into, most common one for us is math. They go into a math.
Okay.
So like competitions about math.
Okay.
And they win the national level, and then they go and do
nothing.
Medicine.
Okay.
Something, because they just because math gives you a good grade average. If you're good at math, it's really good at getting your grade average high, and you need a good grade average to get into medical school, right? So they like do all these heavy subjects like biology and chemistry and compete in those, and then they go into
India,
medicine.
perfect India, yeah. Biology, physics, chemistry, freaking we kill.
And then they go into some generic field after that, like medicine or some research job. Thing about research, it's not as much freedom as it used to be. I mean, it can be like for you if you know what you want to do on the side, but it isn't through the research that you get to do the thing you want to do. You see, you want to do research because then you have the time to do the thing you want to do, right? And also you also do some research that you like, maybe if you get a good
and also
university.
The ability to take risk, right? Like to know that there might be no end, or there might be an end that you might not like, or this is something that you might not be good at, right? There are so many cases in athletics. A guy might suck, let's say fighting, right? Martial arts or something, UFC or something. Like he was not the greatest fighter ever to compete, okay? But he ended up transitioning to commentating. Now he's like one of the greatest commentator ever.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes.
Who is that person?
Sometimes it's not like directly like this is like your gift or something. Sometimes that's a, but you will know only when you try, right? In my case, right, I left. I studied, wanted to be a vet. I ended up being an engineer. I did not like it, but I fell in love with engineering, just the skill, knowledge part of it. So I ended up wanting to do masters and PhD, and I did masters. Then realized I really don't want to be an engineer for the rest of my life alone. So I started doing veterinary medicine. Now I realize I don't want to be a vet alone for the rest of my life.
And why is that?
I think this is one of those professions that we discussed in a lot of our previous videos, that it can take your soul out of you. Like the thing is, you are overworked, underpaid, and there is no. This is like a broken loop where you cannot escape the system.
Yeah, what was the burnout rate we found? Like 88% or something?
Yeah, 88.
Which means you're more likely to be depressed than not to be depressed.
What the fuck is that? While we are trying to be compassionate, trying to help animals, we are not respected as much as human medicine doctors. We are sometimes considered to be evil, money, we just
money hungry.
Yeah, basically we just do it for the money, right?
Villains,
that's what they say. And then you just go through like a bunch of euthanasia, and suddenly like you have to go and attend another patient, and then just fucking like a machine, just like.
And then another thing to keep in mind is that a lot of vet problems, a lot of them have burnout because of the compassion fatigue, like you mentioned, but also because of family problems. They don't have time to spend with their family. Yeah. And therefore they have family
anything
problems.
Else are on themselves. Do they have a hobby? Do you know any veterinarian who has a hobby?
I know one that has a hobby actually. So, but that's like a passive hobby.
Like what kind of hobby is that? Like.
It's beer brewing.
Okay. Was the person doing it all throughout the career, or only when they are old enough that they settle everybody and then?
I think when they settled.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you want to do your hobby when you are retiring, Christian?
I mean, he's practicing right now intensively. He's at his peak, so right now, so he's
practicing at work or what?
Work. I mean, medicine practice. That's what I mean by practicing. So he's got a hobby for sure, but most vets have family issues because they don't have physically enough time to spend with their family.
I mean, and we are also not saying that this is what everybody is like that or something. There are some people who are really born to be a vet and they are happy with this life and they are able to somehow balance stuff. Good for them, but not for me. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that everybody is wrong. What is right is like what I'm doing is right. I don't know myself what I am supposed to do here, right? Like I'm trying to figure out my purpose, right? That's why I did engineering. Now medicine. Maybe I'm thinking of an intersection between engineering and medicine. I started a company. Unfortunately, it failed. So like I'm trying stuff, and then I wanted to try. Next, I wanted to go into research a bit and see if there is something that I would like to pursue and stay long term, right? Or maybe I will not stay long term in anything, but I will be always in the intersection of these fields where I could apply, come up with something new, maybe.
Yeah. through your combined knowledge.
So I'm doing all this stuff, right? Not that I'm saying I'm very successful or something, but I'm trying to find my purpose. But like the
Eventually.
20 people who are very very smart than me, what are they doing? If I look at it, most people that I speak to are having a lot of regrets though, that
Yeah,
they did not do anything.
yeah, they
Many
have
people tell me, they did
regrets.
not take that risk at that time. Now they regret. Including my family members, my uncles and stuff. They literally tell me, I wish I did that. I was bold enough, to courage enough to do that, to take that risk. Maybe now I would have been financially free. I would have been so much more happier.
Because they chose the stable option at the time, right? Exactly. So
that's the rat race. Choosing the today's comfort, basically like monthly pay. That's why, right? Most people go for like to be an employee than an employer, or be an entrepreneur, because it's so much easier to be an employee.
It's a lot scarier to be homeless and have student loans when you're trying to pursue a passion, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's also something, right? A big portion, like the financial structure, right? In my case, I was lucky enough that I don't have to support my parents, so I was lucky enough to come out. But a lot of my friends had to support their family immediately as they graduate. So in that case, I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming anybody, but just talking about the situation,
And there's always something you
unfortunate
can do,
stuff.
Yeah, there's something you can do. If your brother really, really wanted to break away from it, he would probably take contact with you, and then you'd try to figure out a way to, so that you could both pay, so that he would have to pay less, so he had time to break away.
But he was very happy doing what he does. Actually, he takes great pride in that, which is good though.
Yeah, good for him in a way. In a way, but also.
Today I called him and spoke to him about did he Google or not? No. And then he said, tomorrow I'll definitely do, and I'll call. What we are talking about is, we are talking about I am trying to force my brother to find the next step in career. He's already spent 2 years in a private company, a very big company. Now I want him to go for the next break. What I realized from seeing my family members is, gone are the days like you work for the same company for 30-40 years, and then you'll climb the ladder, and then you'll become the top dog. That and all is not happening these days. People switch more companies, you learn more, you are employable, adaptable, skillful. When you are in one company, you mostly end up being unemployable, because you lose a lot of skills that you never develop, because you did the same thing for 20-30 years.
Yeah, anyone can do anything for it.
So he said he will get back to me tomorrow, so we will see. So,
Did he say that today?
Yeah, today.
Okay.
And he started going to the gym today, it seems. I'm like, sure. That was sad, but I wish you told me I started going to gym from 2 weeks onwards or something, but no, today.
I don't know if that's not really.
Yeah, that's why I scolded him. We fought a lot today about these things, and then I mean, so this is what we wanted to talk about. This topic we especially want to talk about, so many people are fearing to take risks. That's because they are all brought up in this system where you are trained to do one thing, whether you like it or not. They never took risks.
Yeah, and it's more frustrating to see though, because they're a lot smarter than you. They might be a lot better than you in every single way. They're more athletic. They're more intelligent. They've got so many things working for them. And then they just choose not to.
They all have families now, children and everything.
They just
a
choose
home,
the stable
EMI.
thing.
Now most of them I talk to are having regrets.
Yeah.
Dude, most men, like Joe Rogan's one of famous YouTube video dialogues. Most men live silent lives of
desperation. Despair. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Right? Yeah, for sure.
And most people who are working jobs are not happy with their jobs. Most people. Do you agree or not? Most people.
Yeah, most people are miserable.
Shocking.
Which shouldn't be.
It's like a virtual prison, right? You are not in a jail, but you are putting yourself in a jail.
But you are relying on it, so you're in somewhat of a jail. Because if you quit, then what?
Oh yeah,
you go to jail.
I'm not also saying, right? I'm not also saying okay, quit, follow your passion, dream, and fuck off. But that's more harder thing though. That's why you have to be a little bit smarter. Okay, what I'm doing, I skipped engineering and now I'm doing medicine, right? I did not forget anything in engineering. I still work as a lead engineer in one of the big veterinary companies for USA. I make good enough money that I pay my tuition fees and study medicine, pass the exams, and still keep my job. Luckily, till today. So, so, so it's like it is hard when you follow your passion. That's also I will say, when you try to come out of the rat race and take your own follow your trust on something and you run your own way, life will be really hard though. It will be so hard.
Yeah, because you have to live at a lot less means. Like you don't have as much to spend and live off of as a normal person that would just focus on their career up until now. Like finish your education and focus on your career. You would probably have a lot less right now, but you would probably be miserable as well.
Yeah.
So that's a trade that we see a lot of people making in a way that we think is wrong.
So what do you encourage? What I encourage is, as I just said, be smart about it when you follow your passion. Do not just blindly drop something and then go and follow your passions, right? We spoke about one of your examples in the previous videos, right? When you said like a person just keeps on jumping to the next greatest idea and not finishing what they started. My goal is, I committed to this medicine, I'm 3 years in, I should at least have the courtesy to finish it. And I don't hate to be a vet though. I just don't want to be only a vet for the rest of my life where my finances are only dependent on it.
Yeah, because we know that the conditions for earning a living off of it is terrible.
And there are smarter ways to make money. Yeah. And you don't have to always kill yourself to make that money. That's what the simple fact is. Why do so many people just think you have to kill yourself to make some money? Then that's when it's genuinely... It makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just because a lot of them kill themselves on the money. I mean, a lot of them kill themselves. Literally. Literally. Suicide rate, right? Among medical professionals is number one. Human medicine, and then
veterinary medicine, right?
We used to be number one.
Really?
And now it's human medicine. We trade places.
Okay, I always say who is the first?
Who's the winner? Who's the biggest winner?
Human medicine people.
And now it is, but it can change. It used to be veterinary medicine.
I still cannot believe though. Okay. Wow.
And then there's somewhere in between. I think we're on 5th place now. We've been reduced, but I don't know if that's because we do less suicide or if it's because medical people do more.
I think there are very, very few people who are veterinarians, and the death is obviously smaller. You see the point here? Yeah. Human medicine universities, college students are more. It's like India, right? India versus Norway. Obviously, Indian people who are dying per day will be more than Norway in any day.
But if you look at the percentage, it's really low because it's percentage measured against the general population.
I hope so. Yeah. That's fair.
I don't hope so.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
I mean,
You should be against other vets. Anyway. If you have a group of 10 people and 9 of them kill themselves,
there's a high probability at least they are contemplating something bad. Or depressed, right?
Yeah, depressed, burned out.
And that's when do they take these drastic decisions? When they do only veterinary medicine and they don't develop any other skill. Don't develop anything else.
Yeah,
then
and also for
you
our
get
own
fucked
safety.
one day in the job, something happens.
And you snap,
and then they fire you or your fucking license is gone. What the fuck? I don't know anything else other than this. And that's when oh my god, what will I do?
Yeah, and as a man, I like to keep that. Things are not in our favor already when it comes to suicide, so I'll just like to keep that low.
I will never try to kill myself. I try to fail more, try new things, eating shit in everything.
Yeah, but that's not most people, right?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to be a little bit rebellious and courageous to take these bold decisions and have balls to face the pain when it hits you, life slaps you because of your decisions. For me, being a vet, I had so much struggle till today and I will have till I graduate. So many struggles. I'm almost about to be 30. I need to settle down in family life as well. I have so many big problems. I have to pay taxes and then save for tuition fees, buy a ring, so many things. So you better be ready if you are going to take risk. But please try to even think beyond your single career choice.
Yeah, single career choice. And what you can always do is reduce the amount you live on. Because why do you need your job, right? You need it to make money. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason you do your job is because you need to make money. So if you you can somehow manage to spend less, then you can at least reinvest that money into the other profession, or you can maybe, I mean, quitting is very quick and not, it's very, what's the word? You do something very quickly. Impulsive.
I don't think many are gonna quit because most people are too scared to quit, right? That's why I wouldn't recommend quitting at all unless the work culture is toxic as fuck that it is not helping you.
Yeah.
Unless you are at a breaking point, please quit and find something else. You can always work for a supermarket.
You can always work in a supermarket. You can always like clean
restaurant
somebody's lawn.
waiters and stuff. There's always jobs, and no job is a bad job, rather than sitting at home.
Yeah, so there's plenty of work, honestly. Like,
at least
Yeah. I mean, for me, I just called a farmer and it was like, sure, we want to come in.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Farmers are like,
They need everyone needs work. That's the thing. You just call.
Yeah.
I've never had an interview. I've always just called people and they've been desperate for people to come in.
Yeah. Awesome.
So you can definitely. It's less risky actually when you think about it, because what do you actually lose if you choose the comfort that most people in a rat race situation would do, right? They choose the comfort, but by doing that you lose the opportunity you could get.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, even if you fail in your new opportunity by exploring, you can always go back to that old shitty job or something shittier.
Yeah, maybe not the exact same, but I mean somewhat a little bit close to what you used to have, because it's very corny to put, but Alex Hormozi put it in this way, like, if there's a course that costs 10,000 but has a 90% efficiency rate of making you earn $1 million, then does it really cost 10,000, or are you losing $990,000 dollars? Like, what's the real cost?
It's a lie.
Yeah. But let's just say theoretically there's a course that costs that much and it has a 90% efficiency in making you earn $1 million. It costs 10,000 to do. You are almost guaranteed to earn $1 million. It's just theoretically. Then does it really cost 10,000 by like pursuing it initially if you're almost guaranteed to earn $1 million? And if you don't do it, you save the 10,000, but technically, because most people earn $1 million when they take the course, then you lost $1 million by not doing it. So then you really, in reality, lost more by not doing it.
Yeah.
Even though
that's exactly applicable for your new purchase, though.
And also, I talked to my brother, right? About his courses. He needs to do a course in order to figure out if he wants to do a profession. So that's an application point where that logic applies.
Oh, the apprenticeship.
So basically, for some context, he's unsure if he would like the job that he's going into. So what we have figured out is to do a apprenticeship course that cost $2,000 dollars ish to do, but it costs the initial 2,000. But if you figure it out that you like it or not, then you either
it goes with just 2,000 instead of committing to a 4-year degree, 3-year degree, and fucking
instead of an entire student loan and a full degree that you hate the work of. Like, you hate every part of it. So in reality, you save both time and money by paying the initial
money long term. Yeah.
Well, and time too. You don't waste 4 years doing something. And for the thing he wants to do, which is like, you don't peak until you're 50 if you do it normally, so you won't be able to do it until he's like 60. So it's a long term thing.
Yeah.
So that's one example of that logic applied to a situation that we're in.
Yeah.
Like it's an initial high cost, but you save long term.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
By
so please take risks. Yeah.
It is slightly risky.
Yeah. So see you. We have another cool topic in the next video. Please do check out our previous videos, which we talked about some really cool business ideas, and consider subscribing. And see ya. Yeah,
and then we also had some videos about, what was it, the Elon Musk Rogan multitasking thing?
Yeah, how to multitask, how to do multiple things, how are we able to do multiple tasks, and what did we learn doing it, is it easy or hard and stuff. You'll really like it, and see ya.
Yeah, that's all we have. It's our most viewed thing too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why we think you'll like it. Most people like it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
See
we'll
you.
see. Bye.